Hi everybody and welcome to the show This Day in History for February 26th. We are live in here on thescottshow.com giving you guys all the details on what happened this day in history. So we start with 1794. The first Christiansborg Palace in Copenhagen burns down, 1794. In 1815, Napoleon Bonaparte escapes from Elba. In 1876, Japan and Korea sign a treaty granting citizens extraterritorial rights, opening up 3 ports to Japanese trade and ending Korea's status as a tributary state of China. 1909, Khmer Color, the first successful color motion picture process, is first shown to the general public in Palace Theatre in London. 1914, the HMHS Britannic, the sister to the MRS Titanic, is launched in Wolf Shipyard in Belfast. 1919, President Woodrow Wilson signs an act to Congress establishing the Grand Canyon National Park. 1929, Calvin Coolidge, president, signs an executive order establishing the 96,000-acre Grand Teton Park in Wyoming. 1935, Adolf Hitler orders the Luftwaffe to be reformed, violating the provisions of the Treaty of Versailles. The Treaty of Versailles was signed, said that Germany could not have an army, and this was a complete violation of such. 1936, in the February 26th incident, young Japanese military officers attempt to stage a coup against the government. They killed 3 people, two prime ministers, and a former general. 1952, Vincent Massey is sworn in as the first Canadian-born Governor-General of Canada. 1960, a New York-bound Altania airliner crashes into a cemetery in Shannon, Ireland, shortly after takeoff, killing 34 of the 52 on board. 1966, the Apollo program, the launch of the AS-201, the first flight of the Saturn IB rocket. 1971, UN Attorney General U Thant signs the United Nations Declaration of the Vernal Equinox as Earth Day. 1979, the Superliner rail car enters a revenue service with Amtrak. 1980, Egypt and Israel establish full diplomatic relations. 1987, the Iran-Contra affair. The Tower Commission rebukes President Ronald Reagan for not controlling his national security staff. 1993, World Trade Center bombing in New York City. A truck bomb parked below the North Tower of the World Trade Center had exploded, killing 6 and injuring more than 1,000 people. In 1995, Barings Bank, the UK's oldest investment banking institute, collapses under a rogue securities broker Nick Nielsen loses $1.4 billion by speculating on the Singapore International Monetary Exchange using futures contracts. In 1996, Kitty's, the Southend-on-Sea department store, closes its doors after 104 years of trading. In 2008, the New York Philharmonic Orchestra performs in North Korea. This is the first event of its kind to take place in North Korea. In 2012, a train derails in Ontario, Canada, killing at least 3 people and injuring 45. And in 2013, a hot air balloon crashes near Luxor, Egypt, killing 19 people. Crazy of the stuff that happened on this date in history. Alright, so we go to some births today. We got quite a few of them. Levi Strauss was born on this day in history. Buffalo Bill, also born today on this day in history. John Harvey Kellogg. He was an American surgeon, and he also co-created cornflakes. Jackie Gleason, born 1916. Tony Randall, born 1920. 1925 is the oldest person still with us today. Everton Weekes, who's a cricketer and a referee, born 1925, so happy birthday to Everton. Also celebrating their birthday today, both still with us and not. Vern Gagne, born 1926. Fats Domino, born 1928. Ariel Sharon, born 1928. Josephine Townsend, born 1931. Johnny Cash, the Man in Black, born 1932. Helen Clark, the 37th Prime Minister of New Zealand. Michael Bolton, not the guy from Office Space, but the singer, 1953. Would have been Vice President if Hillary Clinton won. Tim Kaine, the 70th Governor of Virginia. Tim Kaine celebrating his birthday today. Erykah Badu and Marshall Falk, all celebrating their birthday today. 3 deaths I want to bring forward today on this day in history. First of all, 1994, we lost one of the funniest comedians and satirists, Bill Hicks. He was definitely one of the best. In 2009, we lost Wendy Richard, who was an amazing English actress, of course known as Miss Brahms from Are You Being Served? Pauline Fowler from the EastEnders, and just an amazing actress, a crazy amount of talent there. She died from breast cancer in 2009. And the last one, Joseph Wapner, or you might know him as Judge Wapner from the People's Court, and he died last year in 2017. We do have a few holidays to announce also. It's Liberation Day in Kuwait today, National Wear Red Day in the United Kingdom, and it's Savior's Day for the Nation of Islam. Wikipedia does have a whole bunch of stuff. Very interesting stuff, and I do want to thank Wikipedia for all the info and for giving us, hopefully all the good, right info as we go along on this day in history, folks. Thank you guys so very much, and we'll see you here real soon on thescottshow.com.